Hello learners, this is Ruchika Sharma, your economics teacher with last part of chapter 2 of your economics book. We have already done 3 parts of this chapter. Now we are going to do the last and final part which will mark the end of this chapter. I hope this e-learning initiative is helping each of you. Keep working hard and keep studying. Keep it in touch. So let's begin part 4 of chapter 2, that is people as resource. Before this, as we always do, let's have a quick revision of third part of this chapter that we had done initially. As you know, topics that we covered in part 3 of people as resource are quality of population and its determinants. We should always keep it in mind. Population of any country can be turned to be their assets only if quality of population is increased. Now, we should know how can quality of population be increased. Actually, the determinants upon which it depends are education and health. Let's revise each of these in detail. Firstly, we understood the significance of education in your life. That education is helpful in providing new aspirations and opportunities. Second, it helps in the development of values of life. Then education contributes towards the growth of society also. It enhances the national income, cultural richness, and increases the efficiency of governance. After that, we discussed what steps does the government take for the education of people in India. And under this, we studied that there is a provision made for providing universal access, retention and quality in elementary education with a special emphasis on girls. There is also an establishment of pace setting of schools like Navodaya Vidyalayas in each district and Sarv Shiksha Abhiyan, which is a significant step towards providing elementary education to all children in the age group of 6 to 14 years by 2010. If we talk about government expenditure incurred on agriculture, not incurred on educational sector, that is, the expenditure on education as a percentage of GDP rose from 0.64% in 1951 to 3.3% in 2013-14. But in spite of these crucial steps taken by government, yet 100% literacy rate cannot be achieved in India. Then we studied about the 11th plan, which aims at increasing the enrollment in higher education of the 18 to 23 years age group to 15% by 2011-12 and 21% by 12th plan. We even noticed that literacy rate is not uniform. Rather, a vast difference is noticed across different sections of population. Literacy among males is nearly 16.6% higher than females, and it is about 16.1% higher in urban areas as compared to the rural areas. After education, the topic that we studied in part 3 of this chapter was health. Actually, healthy person is an asset for an organization. There is no organization in the world who is willing to hire unhealthy people. So health must be an important aspect taken into consideration while we are calculating or we are estimating the quality of population. Actually, health of a person helps him to realize his potential and the ability to fight illness. An unhealthy person becomes a liability for an organization. Health is an indispensable basis for realizing one's well-being. Index which measures the quality of health facilities in India are life expectancy, infant mortality rate, birth rate and death rate. Life expectancy refers to the average life of an individual. In India, it has been increased to 65 years, which was 32 years initially. And infant mortality rate refers to the death of a child under 1 year of age. This rate has declined from 146 to 70 during the same period. And if we talk about birth rate and death rate, then the rates have been improved. The death rate had declined to 8 per 1000 in 2001, while birth rates have dropped to 22.1. Therefore, there is an improvement in the healthcare facilities available in India. Several factors have led to improvements possible, that is control of deadly diseases, creation of healthcare institutions in rural areas, large expansion in the health and medical facilities, expansion of medical education and research. The data regarding this has also been discussed in previous lesson. So this was all about education and health as factors influencing quality of population in India. The topic that we are going to study in detail today is unemployment, which refers to a situation when person wants to work but he does not get work. We are going to study in detail its meaning, types, effects, and also we will have a quick glance at the employment structure. How many people of India are employed in different sectors of the economy? So let's get started today. Last topic of today's lesson is unemployment. Before starting the topic, let's introduce it with the help of Sakal's story. Sakal's mother Sheila looked after the household work, children, and helped her husband Bhuta in the field. Sakal's brother Jitu and sister Situ spent their time playing and roaming. Can you call Sheila or Jitu or Situ unemployed? If not, then why? Actually, let's understand the meaning of unemployment first. Unemployment is said to exist when people who are willing to work at the going wage rate cannot find jobs. Therefore, Sheila is not interested in working outside her home. Jitu and Situ are too small to be counted in the workforce population. Neither Jitu, Situ or Sheila can be counted as unemployed. Therefore, unemployment refers to a situation in which the workers who are willing to work and are capable of working do not get work, do not get employment. Therefore, when a person is lazy and himself does not want to work and is not looking for jobs, cannot be considered unemployed in any country. Rather, he is voluntarily unemployment or voluntarily unemployed. That will not be counted in total unemployment of the country. In case of India, we have unemployment in rural and urban areas differently. However, the nature of unemployment differs in rural and urban areas. In case of rural areas, there is seasonal and disguised unemployment, while in urban areas you can mostly see educated unemployment. Let's know about each of these. First of all, let's talk about seasonal unemployment. Seasonal unemployment happens when people are not able to find jobs during some months of a year. People dependent on agriculture usually face such kind of problem. There are certain busy seasons when sowing, harvesting, weeding and threshing is done. Certain months do not provide much work to the people dependent on agriculture. Not only just agriculture, some industries provide jobs or seasonal nature of employment which are for certain period of the year only. On an average 2 to 3 months in rural areas, farmers used to say that I have nothing to do until next farming season. This is the kind of unemployment that is usually seen in villages of India. There is also one another type of unemployment seen in the rural areas of India, and that is termed as disguised or hidden unemployment, where people appear to be employed. They have agricultural plot where they find work. This usually happens among family members engaged in agricultural activity. The work requires the service of 5 people but engages 8 people. 3 people are extra. These 3 people also work in the same plot as the others. The contribution made by the 3 extra people does not add to the contribution made by the 5 people. If 3 people are removed, the productivity will not decline. Productivity will remain same. The field requires the service of 5 people and 3 extra people are disguisedly unemployed. Therefore, when some workers have zero marginal productivity and their removal will not affect the volume of total output, that is the time when they can be called disguisedly unemployed. In case of urban areas, educated employment has become a common phenomenon. Many youth with matriculation, graduation and even post-graduation degrees are not able to find jobs. A study showed that unemployment of educated and postgraduate has increased faster than among matriculates. There is unemployment among technically qualified persons on one hand, while there is a need of technical skills for economic growth. Why employment is important and why unemployment is dangerous for every economy? There are many harmful effects that unemployment brings to an economy. We will be learning about effects of unemployment in next section of the video. Read very carefully. That unemployment leads to wastage of manpower resource. Unemployment tends to increase economic overload, and unemployment has detrimental impact on the overall growth of an economy. case of India, statistically the unemployment rate is low. A large number of people represented with low income and productivity are counted as employed. They appear to work throughout the year, but in terms of their potential and income, it is not adequate for them. The work that they are pursuing seems forced upon them. They may therefore want other work of their choice. Poor people cannot afford to sit idle. They tend to engage in any activity irrespective of its earning potential. We had just discussed that in Sakal's story, Jeetu, Seetu or Sheila cannot be counted as unemployed. The workforce population includes people from 15 years to 59 years. Sakal's brother and sister do not fall within this age group, so they cannot be called unemployed. Sakal's mother Sheila works for the family. She is not willing to work outside for payment. She too cannot called unemployed. Sakal's grandparents, although not mentioned in the story, can also be not called unemployed, as they do not fall in working population or workforce of a country, which is between 15 to 59 years only. In India, the employment structure is characterized by self-employment in the primary sector, where disguised unemployment can be seen, while in the secondary sector, small-scale manufacturing is the most labor-absorbing. In case of the tertiary sector, various new services are now appearing like information technology, biotechnology and so on. So students, unemployment is a situation where people do not get work when they are first of all willing to work, they are capable of working, and they are agreed to work at the existing wage rate, but they still do not get work. In rural areas, unemployment are of two types, seasonal and disguised. While in urban areas, educational unemployment or educated unemployment is commonly seen. Along with educated unemployment, industrial unemployment is also seen in urban areas. That's all for today, and with the three topics health, education and unemployment, we have completed chapter number 2 of economics, that is people as resource. Don't forget to do worksheet. Keep revising the content again and again. Keep learning definitions, type, key points, key features of all the topics covered in the curriculum till now. Stay safe, stay fit. Thank you so much.